Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I am bringing you, this has got to be the biggest haul so far. So this is my birthday haul. March in general, but a lot of it is birthday. So I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna be completely honest, I've been really bad at tracking audiobooks and ebooks that I have got, so I can't help you with that. I don't actually know what audiobooks I got in March. I don't think I got any ebooks, but audiobooks I can't remember. So we're just gonna go for physical books today, which is a lot. So I'm going to start off with book boxes, like I always do. So the first two aren't the monthly boxes, they're like pre-order special things. So I finally got my copy of The Righteous by Renee Ahdieh from Fairyloot. This book came out, I think it was November last year or December last year, and there was big delays and I only got it at the beginning of March. So I finally have the whole trilogy, which means I can now start book 2. Will I? Probably not, but the opportunity is there now. But I'm really excited to continue the series because I really liked The Beautiful. And then this technically counts as a gifted because my parents paid for this as part of my birthday present. But it's the Illumicrate Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. Look at it. And it's signed. I'm going to treasure this with my whole self. I love this. Let's move on before I start gushing about this book again. Okay, if you can hear my fan in the background, I apologise, but it is really hot in my room today. So we're going to have to deal with that noise in the background if you can hear it. Anyway, so next up is my monthly Illumicrate book, which is the March book, and that is Gallant by V.E. Schwab. Already talked a lot about this. It didn't come signed, but I did go to the event in London and I met V.E. Schwab and got it signed, so there's that. And then the March Fairyloot is absolutely stunning. This is the March YA for Fairyloot, and it is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Xoxo. Again, an absolutely stunning edition, and I'm very excited for this because I loved Xoxo's other book. So yeah. We don't yet have the Fairyloot adult book. I think that's due to be shipped at some point this week, maybe. So that'll be at some point. Next up, I am going to go for arcs. So I got 2 arcs this month. I got Milo and Marco's At the End of the World by Kevin Christopher Snipes. I'm very excited for this. This comes out in May, so I'm going to try and fit this on my May TBR because I'd very much like to read this because this sounds like dystopian but also queer, which is my jam. So yeah, this was from Harper, so thank you, Harper. And then the one that I've not stopped talking about, Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. This comes out in August 23rd to be exact. Thank you, Little Brown, for sending me this and making me literally the happiest person ever. I love this book. I've already read it. Are we shocked? No. I already want to reread it, which is really bad because I only read it like 2 weeks ago. But it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna not keep gushing about that as well. Okay, now I'm going to do pre-orders. I did actually end up cancelling a few of my pre-orders just because they weren't exclusives. They're ones I can pick up at any point, and they're not ones that I feel like I'm going to want to jump on straight away. So I did cancel a few pre-orders, and a few got cancelled because of sourcing issues, which sucks. But we move on. So first up, we have The Galaxy and the Ground Within by Becky Chambers. This is the 4th book in the Wayfarer series. I actually forgot I'd pre-ordered this because the hardback came out like this time last year, I think. And I pre-ordered the paperback back then. So I forgot about this completely. But yeah, I have actually read the 3rd book in this series now. I do need to still read the little novella, but I am free to go onto this whenever at this point, which I'm really glad about, because I wasn't a massive fan of the third one, and I'm hoping this one can redeem everything. But we'll see. Next we have Ecstasia by Claire Legrand. I was lucky enough to get an arc of this and read this literally at the beginning of the month, and like, because I read the arc, and I love this. This is amazing, and I'm really glad I've got a finished hardback copy to go with Claire Legrand's other books. Next we have Rainbow Grey Eye of the Storm by Laura Ellen Anderson. I managed to get the amazing sprayed edge version, which has got Nim the Cloud Cat, which I absolutely adore. Is this a signed copy? I don't think it is. No, it's not a signed copy. It's just the sprayed edge version. I'm so excited to read this because I absolutely loved the first book. Next we have the Waterstones edition of Gallant by V. Schwab. It's got these edges. Not going to go into that. Already gone into that with Illumicrate. Then we have The Secret Sunshine Project by Benjamin Dean with those edges. There was no way I was cancelling this pre-order because I needed these edges. I absolutely adored Me, My Dad and the End of the Rainbow, so I knew that I was going to need to get this for this and just everything. So yeah. And then the final pre-order was Wingbearer by Marjorie Liu and Tenny Isaac Hannian. This is a middle grade graphic novel. I'm very excited for this. It looks awesome and I'm just really excited to read this. So my graphic novel and manga collection is growing, which you are about to see later in this video. Okay, so I usually do gifted next, but I'm actually going to leave gifted until last because it's the biggest section, and because it was my birthday, I'm also going to add in the non-bookish bits. Not all of the non-bookish bits, but some of the non-bookish bits. So let's go with things that I've just bought. Just bought because I want. So first up, I managed to get the World Book Day of Amelia Fang and the Bookworm Gang by Laura Ellen Anderson. I read the first Amelia Fang book. I got it from the library and I really enjoyed it. And I saw this. Now these are usually like £1 when you can get them in the shops, but because this is from 2020, it's really hard to get hold of them, and I managed to get this one for £2.80, which is including shipping. So I was really happy with that, and I really enjoyed the first book in this series, so I'm really glad to continue my collection now because I am actually going to get them all. Next up we have Dragon Rider by Cornelia Funk. I'm really excited about this. This sounds really good, although it has got this sticker that's not actually a sticker where it says now a major movie, but at least it's not the movie cover. Gotta look at the bright side here. Next we have The War of Two Queens by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm so excited for this. I've literally just started reading Crown of Gilded Bones, and so far I'm really annoyed that I've listened to everyone and put off reading that one. But yeah, I'm getting through them and I'm really excited to continue to this one. Next up, I popped into a Waterstones and they had the obviously buy one get one half price table, and they had Juliet and the Shark by Kira Millward Hargrave with Tom D. Freston, which is in paperback finally. I have most of Kira Millward Hargrave's books in paperback. The only one I don't is one that I didn't like the hardback of, so I didn't like the paperback cover of, so I got the hardback. But this paperback is just equally as beautiful as the hardback, so I'm really happy I managed to get it. And it is actually a signed edition, which is awesome. And because it was on the buy one get one half price table, I also picked up All That's Left in the World by Eric J. Brown, which is this awesome sprayed edge edition and is also signed. This is like dystopian and queer. There's a theme clearly, but I'm excited for this. It sounds awesome and I'm looking forward to reading it. Next up, I went on another shopping trip. Granted, it started out as a museum date and we fell into Waterstones. And I had money on my Waterstones card, so I treated myself to the anniversary edition of Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I've been wanting this for ages, so I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. So I did. And because I can't just go into Waterstones without buying more than one book, I picked up You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry. I have actually pre-ordered Emily Henry's new book, Book Lovers, but I want I want to see what the author's like, because I hear nothing but good things, and I am apparently into romance now, so this sounds really good, so I thought, why not? And then I also ordered this for myself just because I wanted the next one. Volume 5 of the Card Captors Collector's Editions. I have the first 4, and I was doing like buy one a month, but number 5 was out of stock everywhere. So I had to wait for it to come back in stock, because I know I don't have to buy them in order, but I do. This is me. I have to buy them in order. So so yeah, this was finally back in stock, so I was like, buy it now. Buy it now. And then the rest of the ones I just bought for the sake of buying because I wanted them were actually from my, technically it was the 2nd of April, but I'm putting them in this haul because it was my birthday weekend. So first up, we went in Forbidden Planet first, and I got some bits. So I managed to get volume 1 of both the 10th Doctor and 12th Doctor comics for 99p, which I forgot to take the stickers off those ones. But yeah, so I now have 8th, 10th and 12th Doctors in this, in volume 1, which is awesome, especially since they was 99p each. I managed to get this little book called The Quotable Giant Days. It's John Allison and Max Sarin, and I have been reading the Giant Days comics very slowly over the last couple of years, because one of those slice of life ones, you know, there's not really much plot, it's just their day-to-day lives and everything. So it's been a very slow go, but I absolutely love it. And I saw this, and it's just little quotes of the characters, and I'm obsessed. And it had a sale sticker for £3, but it was actually 99p, so even better. And then I got 3 manga because they was on the 3 for 2, so I couldn't resist, especially since the first one I saw was volume 1 of the collector's edition of Full Metal Alchemist. I've been trying to get my hands on this for months. Not 4 months, for months. And I'm really glad I can finally start reading this. I have heard nothing but good things, especially from Ro. And I'm really excited to dive into it. I'm going to actually try and prioritise this one because I need to read it soon. But I was really happy when I saw this on the 3 for 2, because especially since it was volume 1 as well, and they had loads there. And then also on the 3 for 2, they had the Promised Neverland volume 1, which I've heard nothing but good things about from Spoops, so I knew I had to get it and give it a go. And obviously it was on the 3 for 2, so why not? And then because I needed to get one more thing to get the deal, I saw volume 1 of Tokyo Ghoul, which I've heard really good things about from multiple people. So I thought, if that many people are saying it's amazing, I'm going to give it a go. And technically I didn't pay for one of these. I didn't pay for this one because it was on the 3 for 2. So even better. And then also on that day, we fell into Waterstones in Piccadilly, and I actually only got 2 in Waterstones Piccadilly. So I did get volume 1 of Solo Leveling. Not only have I heard good things about this from like Lisa and other people on like BookTube and stuff, my nephew has recommended this to me. Like my oldest nephew Harry has recommended this to me. So why not? I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna see if I can squeeze this in maybe next month, because I really want to give it a go and then maybe get the next couple of volumes, because I think, I could be wrong, I think only volumes 1, 2 and 3 are actually out in physical but at this point, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited for all of this. And then the final book is Xoxo by Axio. Now, I listened to this on Scribd back in December and I fell in love with it. This is about K-pop, which I didn't think I would like, because it's contemporary and about K-pop, which aren't really things that I usually go for, mostly the K-pop stuff. But this was amazing. I loved this, and I knew I needed a physical copy, and it was literally the last hardback in the store, so you know I was picking that up. Okay. Before I move on to the gifted, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who got me something, because I honestly wanted to cry a few times when opening these parcels, and it wasn't until I actually piled them all up I realised just how generous people are. And thank you. Like, I'm really weird about Like, I go all weird about accepting compliments and stuff, but honestly, some of the comments on some of these notes, they just made me want to cry. Happy tears. Happy tears. But honestly, even if you didn't get me anything and you just wish me a happy birthday, or even if you just watch my content, drop a like or something, like, I appreciate you so goddamn much. Like, you don't understand. I love doing this, as in doing booktube and being part of the like booktube community. And I never thought I would end up with over 1,000 people watching my videos, because I talk crap, let's be real. But then to get this on top, it made me a bit emotional because I'm not emotional enough. But I'm going to stop being sappy and I'm just going to go for it, because there's a lot here that I need to get through. And I'm actually filming this on my lunch break and I don't have much long left of my lunch break. So let's go. So first up we have Green Rising by Lauren James, and this was gifted to me by my friend Liz. I should have known that if there was a Lauren James book on my wish list, Liz would get it for me, because I think it was actually because of Liz that I read one of Lauren James's other books and ended up loving it. So thank you, Liz. You're also going to get so sick of me saying thank yous, but I don't care, because I'm going to thank every single person. I've already messaged these people like individually to thank them, but they're getting thanked again. Next up we have Flying Witch Volume 1, and this was gifted to me by Spoops. I should have known that if Spoop was going to give me anything off my wish list, it would be a manga. And this one is so cute because look, it has a cat and I'm so excited, and it's all Diddy, and I'm really excited for this. The next two were gifted to me by the lovely Tracy. So first up we have Dungeon Academy No Humans Allowed by Madeline Rue and illustrated by Tim Probert. I'm really excited for this. It looks really adorable and it's got like illustrations in, and I'm really excited for it. And then the second one Tracy got me was A Darkness of Dragons by S.A. Patrick. I've heard many good things about this, so I knew I had to put it on my wish list when I saw it. And also the cover is gorgeous and there's a theme with green. The next two were gifted to me by the lovely Chloe at Persistent Bookworm. So first up, she gifted me The Sad Ghost Club by Liz Meddins, which I'm really excited for. It's a little graphic novel, and I believe it's about like anxiety and maybe depression as well. I've not looked too much into it, but it sounds amazing and it looks really cute. So yeah. And then the second one, which I realised the moment I opened it, I've been saying for weeks, oh, I'm reading this in April, I'm reading this in April, and forgot to put it on my April TBR. And that is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I am buzzing for this book. I'm really excited for this, so thank you, Chloe. The next book is We Go On Forever by Sarah Govett, and this was gifted to me by Liam, so thank you, Liam. Then I was gifted One Wish by Michelle Harrison. This was gifted to me by Amy over at BookTube with Amy. So thank you, Amy. I'm really excited for this one because I have the whole 13 Treasures series except this one. I have only read the first one, but we're not going to talk about that because this is me. But I'm really excited to finally have the full set. Next up, we have The Sea Witch by Katie Robert, which was gifted to me by Mel over at Bookfiend named Mel. Thank you so much, Mel. You are just fueling this series. I now only have one book left in this series to get, and I am going to binge them when I get it. I'm so excited because I loved the first book, and I'm just excited to continue this series so badly. Next up, these were gifted to me by Lisa. They weren't actually birthday presents. They were just gifted to me. So first up, we have Shadow Service Volumes 1 and 2 by, it doesn't say the full names, it just says Scott, Howell, Farrell and Andwald. So she was actually sent 2 copies of each from the publisher. So she asked me if I wanted the duplicates, and I was like, yes please, because it sounds awesome and it looks awesome. So yeah. And then she also gave me her Waterstones edition of Defy the Night by Bridget Kemmerer. I really love this book, and this is the Waterstones edition that has the exclusive chapter in, which is set 2 years before, and it tells us how Tessa and Wes met. I was about to say Tessa and Will then. Infernal Devices has ruined me for the name Tessa. So I love this, so thank you so much, Lisa. Next up, Liv got me 5 books for my birthday. So she got me the 4th, 5th and 6th book in the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead, which is Blood Promise, Spirit Bound and Last Sacrifice. She bought me the first 3 for Christmas, and now she's bought me the 4th, 5th and 6th for my birthday. So thank you, Liv. And then she also got me the 1st and 2nd books in the Amelia Fang series by Laura Ellen Anderson, which is Amelia Fang and the Barbaric Ball and Amelia Fang and the Unicorn Lords. As I said before, I absolutely loved this when I got it from the library and was definitely on it for wanting to collect the series. So she started my collection off. So thank you, Liv. Next up is Be More Lowkey, Alternative Thinking from the God of Mischief, which the guy that I am dating actually got me, which is really cute. He knows me so well. He knows me so well. It's just a really cute little book about how to be more Lowkey, and I love it so much. Next up, we have Dark Visions by L.J. Smith. This is I believe it's a bind up of 3. Yeah, a bind up of all 3 books in the trilogy. And this was actually gifted to me by Chloe from Chloe Reads Books. And I love the note because it says, "Welcome to the Beat Up Old Copy Club. I hope you love this like me and Liv." Honestly, Chloe and Liv have been like raving about this book for so long. And I love the Night World books. So I'm excited to read this one because it's one that they both absolutely adore. So thank you, Chloe. Next we have Landfill Mountains by Rab Ferguson. This was gifted to me by my sister Tony, so thank you, Tony. This one I actually, when I was reorganising Lisa's bookshelves back in November, I saw this one and it looked interesting, so I read the back and instantly added it to my wish list. So yeah, maybe a buddy read with Lisa when we get round to reading this. Next up, we have The Reckless Afterlife of Harriet Stoker by Lauren James. I don't know what happened there. By Lauren James. Another Lauren James book on my wish list. This one was gifted to me by Catherine. So Catherine, thank you so much. And this was perfect timing because I actually pulled this from my NetGalley mug in my April TBR. So I get to read it physically if I want to. Next up, this was gifted to me by my friend Charlie. It's the Pride and Prejudice manga. I am so excited to own this because we all know I love Pride and Prejudice. And I got the Jane Eyre manga off of Danny last month because she sent it really early. So, yay. Thank you, Charlie. Next up, we have Mask of Shadows by Lindsay Miller. This was gifted to me by Jem over at Bookish Gem, so thank you, Jem. This is like a really floppy paperback and it makes me happy. It makes me so happy. So thank you, Jem. Next up, we have Radiance by Grace Draven. This was gifted to me by the lovely Tori, and I actually only discovered this. This was one of the more recent things on my wish list because I saw, this was actually the thing I gifted Mel for her birthday because I saw it on her wish list and it sounded really good. So I bought it for her and then added it to my own wish list because that's the sort of person I am. Next up, we have Catfishing Catnip by Naomi Kritzer. I am so excited to have a physical copy. This was gifted to me by Shell because she knew how much I enjoyed reading this when I read my e-arc of it. So thank you so much, Shell. I'm so excited to own a hardback copy of this book. Next up, we have In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens. This was gifted to me by Larissa, who I believe is, I know her through Ro or Spoops' Discords, but I've heard really good things about this one, and it's a gorgeous colours on the cover, and it's queer and piratey, I think. So yeah, thank you, Larissa. Next up, we have Big Damn Hero by James Lovegrove. This is the first book in the Firefly novel series, which I believe is, it's like an episode, but not an episode we saw in the TV show. So it's like additional stories based on the TV show, which I'm here for because I love that TV show and we did not get enough of it. This was gifted to me by Andy, so thank you so much, Andy. I'm so excited, and also it's hardback, which just makes me so happy. Next up, we have Witches of Ashen Ruin by E. Latimer. This was gifted to me by Marta, so thank you so much, Marta. I'm really excited for this. This book sounds so good. I am so excited to read it. I've not really heard many people talk about it, and I'm just like, the people that have talked about it have raved about it. So I'm like, I'm intrigued. And also, look at that cover. That cover is stunning. Okay, we're on to the last few. I'm sorry that this haul has been so big. I've been trying to like not talk too much. So next up we have Lowkey, Mistress of Mischief, which I don't actually know the artists, but this is like female Lowkey, which makes me happy. This was gifted to me by the lovely Katie at Sitting Katie, who was almost a birthday twin for me because her birthday is literally the day after mine. So thank you so much, Katie. Next up we have Buffy Volume 4, which is Ring of Fire. This was gifted to me by the lovely Jamie, and honestly Jamie's note just cracked me up because the first thing it just says, keep slaying. Thank you so much, Jamie. I'm really excited to be able to continue my Buffy collection. Next up we have Skyward Volume 2. This was gifted to me by the lovely Emma. I'm really glad I finally got this because I now finally have all 3 volumes. I haven't read any of them yet, but I managed to get volume 3 like a year and a half ago, and then I got volume 1 and now I have volume 2, so I've got it in a weird order, but I'm really happy, so thank you so much, Emma. Next up we have Something is Killing the Children Volume 1, which is by James Tinian IV, Werther Deladera and Miguel Maroto. I've probably said those names wrong, I apologise. This one was gifted to me by Kay, which I had to do digging because Amazon didn't put the note in, so I've had to put my own little note in there so that I remember who it's from. But thank you so much, Kay, for this. And then the final book. Yes, we're at the end. I know. Editing Becca's hating me by this point. But the final book is Mythopedia, an encyclopedia of mythical beasts and their magical tales, and this was gifted to me by the lovely Kendra, so thank you so much, Kendra. I am so excited for this. Like, the illustrations in this are stunning, and I'm actually going to be reading this in April, so I'm really excited. So thank you so much, Kendra. So I know I said before I was going to show you some non-bookish stuff, but do you know what? This video is long enough, so we're just not going to go there. I got some Funkos, I got some jewellery, I got a new backpack, I got this absolutely stunning Lowkey animified drawing that Lisa had done for me, which is absolutely stunning, which I'm going to be getting a frame for, so I'll show you it once I get it in a frame. But I got so many little bits and pieces. Charlie bought me Crimson Peak on Blu-ray, which yes please. And also a massive milk bottle container, like as in a container full of milk bottle sweets, because it's my favorite. So everyone was amazing, like just everyone was so generous. Liv got me like 6 crystals and I'm so excited that my crystal collection is fully up and running now. But yeah, everyone was just so generous and I love everyone so much. Thank you so much, anyone who, whether you gifted me something or just wished me a happy birthday, thank you so much. I appreciate you all so goddamn much. But I am going to stop talking now because this video is far too long already. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you think I should prioritize any of these, let me know in the comments below. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. And hopefully next month will be a much smaller haul. Bye.